Hello gang, welcome back to the Valley, the old farm, down here outside the workshop, actually down at the workshop, because last time out on the live stream we just bought this brand new bucket ready to go for our silage when we need to start doing some total mix ration up for the cattle. Because if you didn't catch up with that live stream, we mowed the grass in a couple of our new fields, and I'll just bring those fields up and show you. Our newest grass field is actually field 93 just here. So we used that to round up and make some hay. So we got some hay bales stored in our sheds down here, and we've got one of the silage pits that we mowed field 91 with here, and we stacked up the silage pit and covered it up. You'll see when we get back. I'll show you that when we get in. But I just went and I came and bought the silage bucket and repainted. We actually bought this new quickie extension here. We used to run the Q4, which was basically like the 4-meter arm. We're now running a 6-meter arm just to give us a little bit more length and height, and I think it works fine on this tractor. It's not too out of place, and I think it should be not too bad in the long run. So that's it there. You can see that's how the scoop opens, and then it goes down, and then you pick up the silage like that, and you go whoop, yum, close the lid, and then you get how it works. Anyway, exciting times basically. So we're going to head back home here because it's pretty much coming to harvest time. We're going to go for a sleep because it is 3:50 in the afternoon after last stream. So just on the streams with Farming Sim, and because we've got so much stream content coming in other forms at the moment, we're doing a city sort of city builder management ones every Friday Australian time and Thursday evening for the top end of the world, that is. And the rest of the days that we're streaming are our open world survival crafting games that we're getting through. You know, we've gotten through a couple of good ones. We're up to Subnautica Below Zero, so it'll be nice if you came along and had a check it out. And it's the first time we've ever played it, and it's really exciting. And plenty more to come after that. So on that, Farming Simulator will be coming back to you in recording episodes, which I'm really excited about because 5 hours of Farming Sim, which I really love, the interaction with chat has been fantastic, but it's really taxing on my foot, especially how cramped I have to sit with my foot angle. I can't do it any better with the pedals set up that I've got under the desk. I'm sorry, I've tried so many multiple different things, but this allows me to record, have a break, keep recording, and also we can get a lot more done, and I can time-lapse a lot more stuff for you guys as well, so we can get through a bit of stuff. Because I don't want to be stuck on this map forever. There's new maps coming up very soon that we will want to check out, especially, and lots of new content coming out in Farming Sim. Namely, with the new map that comes out, comes new carrots and parsnips and all that sort of cool stuff. So anyway, it will be cool to see. We're about to pull into home here now, and if you didn't catch up last time, you will be able to see the actual silage pit straight ahead there. We've got I've started putting all the mowing gear down in these sheds just here, so we've got a good separation of our equipment now. We're starting to keep the mowing stuff sort of in this area. I might even keep one of actually, you know what I will do? I'll just pop our silage front end bucket thingy. Actually, I'll just put the whole, well, you know, no, I won't. I'll put the bucket just there, like such. That can just live there. I know where it is then. It could probably live over in the silage pit, actually, would be easier. This Doots Far could probably live down here, but we can check our silage. It will be only just fermenting from last time we put it in. And we have a look here. I think if we bring up F1, fermenting silage 3%. So there you go. Okay, right. So very, very good. We looks like we got plenty of it in here as well. I don't know where I could see. It was something like, I don't know. It was in the last one. I've accidentally hit F2 as well. There we go. It was in the stream. It showed us how much it was. It was well over the 100,000, like 140,000 or something. I don't know about the radio there. Okay, let's head back around because we're going to have to get set up for potential. I need to turn that radio off. Even though the radio is not coming through, it shouldn't be. I've got it turned off. It keeps flashing up as coming through. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, so we're going to have to get ready because potentially we're going to have 4 farmyards to basically harvest at once, or potentially 2. Or potentially 3. I don't know. Considering that we planted this wheat field just here at the same time as we planted our wheat field just over here. Right? So we planted these ones together. We're also going to have to do some field maintenance in here as well. We're going to have to get the pH and the nitrogen value back up in this field after we've just mowed it as well. So that's something that's going to have to happen very, very soon as well. It won't be today. We're going to be sleeping because I want to get into harvest mode. Because the last thing I'll just share with you before we crack on is we actually ended up buying, not the cereals factory. We bought the oil mill. Just here. So we actually own this oil mill. It cost us $40,000. Owned by my farm. You can see it just there. I should really change that to Ham and Hank. Because Hank's my dog, if you don't know. Hank, my little boy. He's actually having a nap right now. I just took him for a big lot of exercise. It was a massive, big rainy day and evening here yesterday, and so he was itching to get out. So I don't know where we dump our our canola when we get it, but we're gonna have to figure out if it goes, because I see this pipe work right that runs over to here, and I'm not sure if we dump it in here and that feeds into our factory, because I assume this spot right here is where we get where the pellets will spawn. I don't think we can open any doors or anything. No, they don't generally come with doors that open. There's no backside up there, is that to that? I can't even get out. No. Yeah, so I assume that it goes in that dumping section just there, or... Yeah, I think that's where it goes. I think that's how it must be set up, which is kind of cool. We don't own that building. We only own the oils production building, but it should hopefully go from there straight in. We won't know until we try, hey? So anyway, let's head back home. We'll head just back down here to our chickens, visit them. Hello chickies, you will get food very soon, and on that the pellets are starting to stack up nicely for us as well, right? I do have a little bunch of eggs there, but we've got a couple of pellets there and some there, and vice versa. We've got some more melons growing up, and we've got some red lettuce growing, which have been really super for us in terms of a little bit of splash of cash just there. Better feed the dog. There you go, buddy. Ham and Hank. Let's have a sleep and see what happens. Right, we also, I know I always get teased on live streams about my looking at the sales. I'm a sucker for sales. I'm a sucker for loot in games, okay? But I'm also a sucker for a bargain. And right now we need bargains. We need like total mixes and... I didn't mean to do that. It's not a bad thing actually, because I can get out this farm. And our wheat farms are ready for harvest, right? And it looks like, holy moly, we probably should have got up at 6 AM. And the canola's ready to harvest. So, here's the plan today. We're going to kick off the harvest. I'm going to get a trailer load first before I switch to Gary or Rachel to take over on the harvester. And we're going to run the trailer, basically. Yeah, we need to go and check as well. We own this farm also, field number 2. So I'm just going to visit this place here because we need to go and oh, I've got myself locked in, have I? We own... Oh dear, it looks ready as well. I want to get over the fence, please. There we go. We don't own this field. Cornfield. Be nice to own a bit of corn, wouldn't it? Oh, we'll do some corn at some point. Yes, this field's ready as well. So this is our other field, right? That we figured out that we got along with our property. And it is also ready. Holy moly. Right. Time to head home and start to hop on the good foot and step on it, right? So we're going to visit that. That's our sheep pen. I should use gates. I should use the gates properly from now on. I shouldn't just hop over gates. Here's the other thing. I want to upgrade this harvester as soon as possible, because if we're going to be getting a lot of harvesting, right, the next once in a while, like, well, if we're going to start producing a lot of fields and get a lot of cereal fields, and we've got bigger fields, because we've got quite big fields here. Don't worry about this little wheat field, and the little wheat field there are generally kind of a touch smaller, but that big canola field and the other canola field are quite sizable, so it's going to be a bit of work today. I'm going to run around and do these wheat fields first. I'm just going to back... Where do I want to put this, which is going to be easier? I think we'll back it out here. I think it will... Well, I might try and keep it in a better spot too from now on. I just want it somewhere out of the way. Let's whip it around this way. We don't need anything up here at the moment. We're getting a bit jackknifey. I just want to keep it up here. It's kind of out of the way, and we leave a bit of space there for the cattle if we need to get in there for the cattle and do anything. Okay, spin around here. Yes, unfortunately, the header on this is the biggest header we can get, and it's not so big. Now, on this map, you actually do start with this tractor. When I set this map up, I actually set this map, I got rid of every bit of machinery that we had, and I restarted. It's the fact that I got this thing secondhand that I went for it. Right, now, just before I get that cooking, I'm going to get, yeah, we may as well get the Fent. The Fent works really well with this trailer. Nice, big, fast Fent. The fast Fent. We're going to be on this trailer here. I think the sides are the highest we can get them. I don't think we need to get them any higher. But I will just leave this just parked about here. Right. Let's get this unpacked, shall we? Very, very nice. Now, I just want to check a setting here. This freaking radio. I reckon I've turned this radio off, on and off so many times in the game. It should be a audio thing here. Radio off, please. Radio off. Just leave off. And unfortunately, I think the trigger button is R for radio. I'm not going to worry about it too much. If I can't find it quickly, I'm not going to worry about it too much. It'll be under like audio or something here. Or something different. Game, skip, something. I've never had this problem before where I hit the radio so many times. Okay, it's 5, 6, and 4. I kind of want to just press escape to cancel or backspace to remove. Current binding. Alright, I don't want to press back. I don't want the radio on at all, okay? And because you get DMCA'd and stuff with using their radio and everything. Right, so no longer shall I worry about the radio. If I do, I know where to go back in and set those settings. Okay, so let's lower the header. And let's start harvesting. I'll do this field first. It's going to give us better... hang on. What are we set to here? We want to make sure we're set to swath dropping. Enable straw swath, which is what we want. Perfect. If I go comma here, disable straw swath, enable straw swath. So is that enabled then? Has that got it enabled? Let's have a look here. Yes, that's the one we want. Perfect. What does that actually look like under there? Like it just dumps it straight down on the ground. Okay, that's not to worry. Now, luckily, it shouldn't. I hope we don't. I'm going to try and... This is why I left a slight little gap here. Because I didn't want to accidentally go in there and wreck that harvest while I did this. So, I am going to do a headland around all of this area. Nice and tight. Good job, Ham. Thank you, Ham. The good thing about this harvester is that it's fairly decently quick on a flat. Like, it's 6 miles an hour. It's okay. It's got a fairly okay hopper. It's better than the starter harvester you get, and it's probably the best. Look, this is the best harvester that I've ever owned in Farming Sim, mind you. On the other playthroughs, I've owned pretty dunce little harvesters that you know, I've been trying to work my way up and get a good one. So at this time I thought, even though it's second hand, I'd start with a half decent one. But to be honest, for this map, this is basically a starter harvester. Okay, I probably would have preferred the New Holland. Yeah, that's about it. But having said that, the case is probably the harvester I want to get to at some point. Right, do we want to do a quick check of the sales before I go into full-time harvest mode here and we swing on a little bit of music? Sure, Ham. Let's check a little bit of the sale of the century. All right, so under the sales today, oh, there's the harvester I want right there. That case one, right? That's the one I would actually prefer. Too expensive for us. Way out of our price. What do we have here? Potatoes or sugar beets will create... Oh, wow. Okay. And all these, like, as they would be nice, we don't need them. Okay. Okay, we're going to leave it. Right, so lots of cool stuff in the sales. Nothing I can afford yet because remember, we are still $450,000-ish in debt. Owning our own production building, like the oil factory, will hopefully go a long way to helping us reduce that in the long run. So I'm taking a lot of short-term pain here to really help in the long term, where we can get through this debt basically, and we can really start to get some cool machinery, really get up on the cattle stuff, because I really want to get into the cattle work because I haven't really gotten into it much before, so I'm really excited to have a go. I'm just going to neaten up this square just here. Right, I'll just drive back over the same swath, get that bit of harvest there. Still missed it. Really? Right, so I'm going to be doing this field and the one next door. So we'll get the two easy ones out of the way first, basically. Right, this one and the one over to the right there. And then I'll crack on with the field next to us, the canola field. Sorry about the view, it's a little bit tricky to see with the trees. Trees are always making my gameplays hard. I don't know how other content creators get about it, but I find that the camera angle that I want to get to show for you guys and to make it easy for me to drive always just gets interrupted by trees, no matter how good the field shape is. Yeah. Right, so it looks like we're getting half a decent yield out of this. This is the actual field that we manually plowed in and put in ourselves. So it's actually good to see we're getting a half decent yield out of it. Alright, I'll see you at the end of this anyway. Alright, so I've just set, who have I set off on there? It looks like Gary. Gary's in the hot seat. He's going to try and finish this field off for us now. I hope he's got enough of a headland to get around. The bottom tree is the one that will worry me, but we can always finish off what he doesn't. A couple of things I want to do. We've got a lot of straw basically sitting on the deck too, which is fantastic. That is the missing key and product that we need for the total mix that we need to get sorted. The other thing is I want to do, the pH is not too bad, it's okay and good on that. I'm going to have to do some grassland care at some point. I don't own a grass roller yet. I kind of think I want to get a roller. Am I going to worry about doing that today? I think we might have too much on our hands as it is in terms of basically fields to go. Like you can see just how much we've done this small one, and we're not even halfway through that one, but you can see the actual size of this field just here. So you can see, and hopefully we get a half decent yield out of them. It's not the greatest soil type throughout the whole. There is a bit of clay in that field, but that being said, I think we still should get a fair decent yield out of that canola field, and we'll go really well towards our oil production basically. Okay, he's going to do a turn around like that. I probably should have done more of a header down the bottom here, hey? We'll see what he comes up with. But basically, we'll get this trailer unloaded here. I'm gonna we're keeping this grain, by the way. This grain is actually for the chickens, because what we can do now with all of our own grain, we can actually start to increase how many chickens we can probably get into the fold, which is something we need to do, which is therefore going to increase our egg production, and so on and so forth as well, which is going to be really good. Now I'm just going to stop him here once he gets past up here. You just wait there for me, buddy. I'm going to get you fully unloaded. But put it this way, we are going to have a lot of straw after this, which is going to bode really well for us. Right, so he's going to do that. I'm going to take this first load and dump it in our, the first load to ever be put into our silo on the farm here, which is actually quite exciting if you think about it. So what I think we'll do, I don't know if I'll keep all the canola. I think we'll take all the canola with us. Hanky's getting a bit upset there. Someone's outside, obviously. Are we fitting in here okay? Beautiful. We will actually put some in the actual thing for the chickens as well. Oh, something in my ear then. Not my headphones, but something in my ear. Right, we should be able to just go out here. Yeah, apologies. Just had to put a little cut in there. Right, and we'll head back around here. Yeah, so I'm in two ends. I don't think at the moment we'll go out, lash out and buy a grass care roller. I think we'll just make do with what we've got. We'll just keep fertilizing and doing the pH levels, because it's costing enough anyway just to do those. While we're doing that, I might just get the dude set up, because the sprayer's just there. I might be able to actually, I'll get this tipped out. One more load here. One more load. Just stop Gary there. You unload there. That way I know you can complete the rest of the field. He's actually doing pretty well. That might be actually for the chickens. So I'll just put the tractor. I'll just put the tractor and trailer just over here while he finishes up that. Right. I'll get the dudes. How much is in that? Is there much in it? 453 litres. There might be enough. I'm going to have to do the other field as well, but if we can get this field done now while we're here, it's probably a bonus, to be honest. Let's go. May as well back it all the way around. We don't have to be so precious about driving around here now at the moment until we get that field cultivated or ploughed up. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I've got a plough there. I don't know if do I have a cultivator? I thought I did, but maybe I don't. To check all my equipment realistically, won't I? Alright, we're going to do a quick spray on the field anyway. I'm going to take down the fences while we're here as well. Just makes it a little bit easier, especially when you've got these big trailer pulled sprays. Makes it a heck of a lot easier getting around. I mean, the tree's already at enough issues, but you can see just there, we're actually probably going to need more spray for this. Nowhere near enough. And it probably will end up having to get 2 sprays as it is as well. Crazy to think how bad these fields are. That is just purely because they are clay fields. I will be keeping an eye on Gary there, because when he's pretty much done, is oh, look how bad the field is up in the top left corner of the screen there. The nitrogen levels. Once you do a mow, they absolutely get ripped apart. In my mind, I probably would prefer not to keep this field in the long run, but in the long run, it's probably going to be easier to do once we've got all the equipment down at the farm here all the time. And I've probably got, like, here's the thing, trailer pulled equipment is slow for me. I'm not great with trailer pulled equipment. Yes, doing more of it I'll get better at it, and I'm not bad at it. It's just, it's slow equipment to use. You got to back it around in awkward positions. I much prefer, and I've said this plenty of times, much prefer fixed trailer or fixed machinery on the back of tractors. Just really helps. But you can see with the spread we've got here how much we can actually get done in one sitting. And we've still got 340 litres. This is only the first application, by the way. It will need another application to get it up to that good nitrogen level. We will throw lime on it next, however. I don't know if we'll get the lime done right now, but at least we can get one layer or one application of fertilizer on this field. Thankfully, we can kind of see where we're going here. It's a kind of awkward field to mow as well, just the way it's all shaped. It tends to be a little bit awkward now and then, but just zoom right out there and you can actually see we do cover a fair span. So even though it's a trailer pulled one, it's a bit more awkward to use. It does have a good width on it, which is quite helpful for us when you think about it. All right, so how's Gary looking up there? So by the time we finish this, Gary's probably going to be finished there, and then we can crack on to field number 3 and start to really get our canola production going. And so we will be taking those trailer loads up to the canola factory, or the oil factory. I should not call it the canola factory, because we can and potentially will be doing sunflowers at some point to make sunflower oil as well. We'll work out the logistics and how much each one's worth down the track. The good news is we should get this field fertilized with what's in this tank. For this run anyway. You can see there, up in the top left for the precision farming bit, you can see increasing nitrogen level to optimal value for grass on loam. But before that, it said silty clay or clay. Silty clay. Is it silty clay, or is it just, it might be just clay. We'll see it here shortly when it pops back to clay, and you'll see there it is on silty clay, so it is silty clay. But this is not even optimal. This is just for the first layer. It will definitely need another layer, because you can see we're going from red to orange. We need to get it going from orange to like a greeny color, basically. Now what I'm going to do here is we're going to do a spin to the left. We don't actually use, you will see, I've left the sprayer going, but we don't actually, because it's precision farming, it only uses what it needs, right? That's the beauty about precision farming. So yes, for this silty clay areas, you're going to use a lot more fertilizer than what if we didn't have precision farming on, you would see that we would do one layer of fertilizer, field would be done. But because we run precision, it does require a little bit more effort. The bonus on that, okay, Gary's finished that field as well, which is fantastic because we're just about finished this. The bonus on that is we get bonus money for putting in the effort on our fields. So you get bonus yield money when you drop off and make money on your fields, which is really, really fantastic. So we'll just do this last bit, pack it up. And then at least we've got this field semi-prepped, ready for some nitrogen before the next layer of growth. So we'll have to wait till the next stage of growth. What we will have to do is we will have to, I'm going to leave this on here, and I might send this tractor up to the other grass field to get more, to get the fertilizing done on that field as well. And what I might do here, it's going to be hard. Having an AI work on that field is probably going to be pretty hard. Do I have any more liquid fertilizer? I don't think so. And here's another expense we're going to have down the track. We need a slurry spreader at some point as well. I think that's herbicide. Yes, it is herbicide. So that's no good for us. Not till later. What I will do is I'll get this tractor sent down to the other field. So I'm just going to pull this up just here. Right, out of the way of the AI drivers. We can just park that there. Right. We will just get this last little bit that Gary's missed, which is, he's done a pretty good job. A couple of little missed spots. We'll get this bit first. Then we'll unload the rest of the wheat. Then we'll actually feed the chickens. So we'll put some in the chicken bins as well. Maybe even look at buying some more chickens also. And then probably after our... I want to say after our canola fields and after we've started producing some canola oil, we might look at buying that turtle mix ration. I think we can get one for 29,000. It's the smallest one in the kit. But nevertheless, it is one. So it's either that or I might even figure the splash out early and just get a half decent one and just cop it with an early price and be done with it, which is not a bad idea either when you think about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set the worker off over here and get this started. Even though I haven't done any headlands, it will miss a lot. The field is very awkward in shape for the AI. It is a really awkward field. I thought about, and I ummed so much about leasing a combine harvester, but by the time you lease a decent combine harvester, and then you get the header on top of that, oh boy, you are looking at some money, that is for sure. Okay, so off you go and do that now. Unfortunately, we don't get swath drop on this one, because it's not a cereal crop, right? It's not a cereal crop, so we don't actually swath drop. The end bits later on, I can figure that out with the AI. I can go back and neaten up all the end bits, but if the AI can get this done pretty well. Oh, Gary's in the good gear. He's gone and got changed while we were out. He must have wanted to go to the pub. Running joke in the chat. Yeah, it won't do the end part down here perfectly, but I can get that easy just because of the shape of the field, basically. Right, so let's go in here. We'll go in the actual front gateway and feed the chickens first, and we'll drop off whatever we got left. We'll run over and check what's left in the silo actually for that wheat. Alright, chickies, watch out. Open both gates. Don't you run outside, you chickens. Oh, someone keeps using my my good saw and leaving it out in the middle of the field there. For me to run over. And there's the spawn point just there. Oh, nice. Right, so they're fed. They've been topped up. Looks like their bin is full. Oh, yep, their bin is definitely full. We might look at pretty much buying some more chickens right now, actually. Some sort of I think some mature ones, just to sort of ramp things up there a little bit. I'll dump the rest of that, which wasn't a lot, but we're going to need the trailer. So if I go to unload, we have 16,902 litres of wheat grain there, right? That should be enough potentially to get us through to the next harvest. With the chickens we have, it would easily. Would I like more? Yes. Just leave that there. I'm going to go back and shut the gate too. How are we doing for water here? Hard to tell, hard to tell. We look here. Oh, water is at an all-time 0. Okay. There should be water in this tank, yes. Right, we better do that. We cannot have our melons running dry I can hear the Discord chat going now. We can't have our melons drying up. Nobody likes dry melons. Keep your melons wet. I can't believe I'm saying that. Right, how much is it going to take? That much. Do we need to do the one in there as well? Let's go and check. Watch out, Pixel Hank. I'm going to have to go and check on Gary. What I might do here, I've got the tap just here. I should probably fill up just quickly as well. Okay. We better hurry on out. Whatever's left, we'll park back. I think the melons use a little bit more water than what the red lettuce does. The other thing is we need to check the water for the cattle. It's probably not a bad thing to do as well. Cows are pretty sensible. They shouldn't run away. Although not these cows. These cows actually tipped over all my pallets here that I had going on. Looks like we've got a good bunch of red lettuces. Keep them stacking up there just for a time being. So fill that up. See how much that needs. Then we'll go in and we'll fill up the cows. Just double check. I don't know if I can just turn a tap on in here for the cows or if I have to pull up. I don't know if there's somewhere where I just water them from in here. Don't know. Is it this? I don't actually remember. Right, at this point, Gary will be needing assistance. Right, that took all of the water. It's okay. It's got plenty of water, actually. Right, well, I don't know where the trigger point for the water is for the cattle or if there's a tap actually for the cattle. I kind of forget from when we did it, when we first got them, if we did it at all. I can't quite remember. So therefore, I'm not going to worry about it. I might just watch back the other video that I've got, or the other stream that I did when we first got them, and see if I actually water them. It does say additionally these cattle require water. However, yeah, I just can't find the trigger point for it. So, yeah, not going to worry too much. We're going to go head over now here and unload for Gary. Yeah, I did a little bit of driving around. I tried all the trigger points and it just didn't work. I tried to walk around and find if there was a tap point. I couldn't quite find it. I might be wrong. If you do know, please let me know in the comments section below to help me progress that as well. Looks like Gary's done a big miss here as well. Right. So let's get out of that. Jump in this side. Oops. Might have to actually move this way. You can see just how far he's missed. So I might actually, after I've unloaded here, why am I having so much trouble with this right now? I shouldn't be having this much trouble. There we go. Look at the color difference. That's the actual color of the oil seed that comes out of the canola. I'm actually going to go down. I'm going to clean up and do a bit of a headland and stuff as well, which is going to help the AI in the future. So I'm going to trigger a bit of a time lapse here. And after we just undo that, right, that's everything that we've got there. You can see it doesn't take much to up and down before this thing's full on this field. So, and you can see the size of this field. Alright, so we've got a nice big headland going all the way around. We'll just clean up this last little bit here and the patch that we just couldn't quite get. We almost got the full 100% on that strip, but hey, look, that's just more for the next load. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually take what we've got here in the Fent right now, and we're actually going to go up to that factory and just see where we're going to start dumping this and start getting the cogs churning, getting the factory workers some work so they can get money. You know, we're now a business mogul in this in this town, and we've got people to employ when you think about it. So we've got to get that. We've got to get the wheels turning in that oil factory, get the product going, and for ourselves, we just have to start. We have to know how it works out, right? So let's get this last little bit just here. And we'll set the worker off and see how they go. They did a funny turnaround down the end. I feel like when you do a bit of a turnaround at the other end, that you get this sharp turn angle that you have to deal with, which kind of makes it a little bit harder. And speaking of a little bit harder, I think our tractor might just be in the way, but we should be okay. Just go ahead and nip this in the butt. Like so. Turn around. And then, yes, so plenty of jobs to do. We've got straw baling to do. We've got the grass fields to take care of. And we've got these two massive canola fields to get done as well. Alright, who's in the seat? Rachel's taken over this time. Alright, Rach. Good luck. We're heading to the store. We need to get a bit of service done on this tractor as well. Right, we're not heading to the store. We're heading to the canola farm. Best way to the canola factory, probably out the really bumpy way, to be honest. And if I'm really honest, I could probably follow down, take a sneaky shortcut down the side of our property there. Out into, there's a little splay road, just sort of like, almost like a fire track road, basically. Down here, where the forest meets the next door neighbour's farm and my farm. And more than a fire track road, it's actually a proper road here. Okay, yeah, it is a proper road. We can take a nice little sneaky shortcut down here then. Take a quick left. That's actually a really good shortcut. Oh, sorry, buddy. Alright, so we've got a nice, very busy road. For a back creek road, basically. So we've got 12,985 litres in this thing as well, which is fantastic. Let's get some beacon action on. And this is actually really good because that little exit, there's our factory there. There's the cereal factory, and slashed it'll be our oil mill as well. That's actually really close. Right, so we've got to figure out the best way to get in there, and I think it's just up here. That is the grape factory there. What a great factory that would be to own. Right, so in the inn, please. Can I come in, please? Very tight indeed. We'll have to get on the weigh bridge to see how much we weigh. 27,796 is our tear. Alright, no, actually, I don't know what our tear is, which is like our base weight. Right, I'm going to go with unloading here. This is the first instinct is to unload right here. Okay, canola, start overloading. Right, so it said start overloading. Look, if not, we can pull it back out, I would assume. We're not getting paid for it. We're not getting paid for that, so let's head over here now. I can hear the cogs turning, the workers are working. We've got a bit of a save there too, and bang, look at that. So, we've got canola activated here. It is actually activated, so production cost is £60 a month. Yeah. And what, cycles a month, 4,800. Cool, okay. So it takes 2 into 1. basically, which is actually a fair whack. So we're making canola oil. Let's check the prices on what we can get canola oil for. We go to here. We might check the prices on eggs and stuff as well, because we want to buy some more chickens at some point as well. So lettuces go for a nice, at their peak, 6,000 for the red lettuces and 6,900 for the melons. Okay, melons are, well, you know what they say, good melons are hard to come by. I don't know if they say that at all. I'm looking for canola oil here. Stop with the melon chat, gang. Canola oil, here we go. So we can get a good price of 5,900 for that. Which is actually really good. So that's a lot of good productions that we can start producing. Because here's the thing, if you're just selling canola oil seed by itself, or the canola seed, or I don't know what you call it. Would you call it just what? Where is it? Sunflower, soybeans, canola. You're getting a maximum of 2,100 for all your work that you do. So we spent 40,000 on the factory. We're producing it now. We're going to keep cracking on with that. Yeah, we're going to keep cracking on with that next episode. So next episode, we want to finish the harvesting, gang. We want to finish preparations on the fields. I want to get some more chickens. Please do let me know if you figure out that water thing for the cattle. I might go back and have a look through the archives myself as well. But all in all, welcome back to Farming Sim on Recordings. I'm really excited, really happy. And as I said, it's going to be nice to do this and transport fever now more regularly. And until next time, gang, stay safe wherever you are. Stay glued to your screen and get out of here.